In the present era, the general population is familiarized with Parkinson's disease due to its huge relevance. Even though its importance, when you ask people about the biology and physiopathology of the disease, they do not neither explain it nor understand. Hello, my name is Paula, a future biochemist, and this is Paula Science. Check it out. Oh, there you are. Here I have all the questions that I have been collecting regarding Parkinson's disease during these months. And now we are going to answer them. Come on, Ginny. First question. We have the first question. Let's start. What happens in PT? Okay, this is a very general question, but what I would say is that Parkinson's disease, well, from now on, I'm going to address Parkinson's disease as PT, okay? So, PT is a global progressive neurodegenerative disease, the second one after Alzheimer's disease. It is a very complex sickness in which the main features are bradykinesia, rigidity, tremor, and postural instability. These four features I just mentioned are a consequence of an initial damage. In this disease, there is a progressive death of the dopaminergic neurons located in the substantia nigra, specifically in the area of pars compacta, situated in the midbrain. Nowadays, we have many discoveries done about many aspects related to this disease, but others, such as the origin of the disease, remains unknown. Second question. We have another question. Let's answer this one. What is the relation between dopamine and PT? Okay, this is an interesting one. The dopaminergic neurons just mentioned in the previous question are the ones responsible of the synthesis of the dopamine. This hormone acts as a neurotransmitter and plays a fundamental role in the control of movement. Also plays a key role in sleep, memory, and behavior. Third question. Oh, another question. Let's take one. Who was the first one discovering PT? Okay, we know that James Parkinson, a British physician, was the first one discovering the sickness. In 1917, he wrote an essay on shaking palsy, which was a writing in which he described a sickness that 6 different people had. Shaking palsy, or paralysis agitans, was the way that he referred to PT, and back then he realized that it had deteriorating nature. Half century later, in 19th century, a neurologist called Jean-Martin Charcot, he changed the name into Maladie de Parkinson. Currently, we know that without all the discoveries that James Parkinson did, we wouldn't be able to understand PT as well as we do. Thanks to him, the disease is named Parkinson's disease. Fourth question. Fourth question. Let's do this. What can you tell me about epidemiology? Okay. The average age to contract the illness worldwide is around 60 years old. But also it is known that PD doesn't affect equally to both sexes. In fact, men double the possibilities of being affected by the disease. This is due to the female estrogens who protect the woman against contracting the sickness. From 1990 into 2016, the global rates were doubled, and by 2030, they are expected to double again. Fifth question. Let's answer this one. Are there any risk factor in PD? Of course there are. The first one, and the most important one, is the age. The age is the most extensive trait that can predispose a person to have PD or not. Studies have presented the correlation between the aging process and the clinical progression of PD. The second one is the brain traumatic injury. This injury is capable of breaking down the BBB, the blood-brain barrier. And this traumatic injury has been seen that as soon as it appears, PD starts developing in the brain. The third one are the pesticides. The exposition to them has been found to be a potential risk factor, as they can disturb the mitochondrial function. Also, they can trigger oxidative stress. Knowing that these both traits just mentioned are capable of accelerating the PD, that's why we have to be very careful of the exposition to pesticides. The fourth one are the dairy products. You have to be very careful with these ones if you are affected by PD. Studies have been shown that intake of milk and dairy products can increase the probabilities of being affected by the disease. Also, the neuronal density in the substantia nigra is dramatically decreased when you take dairy products. Also, it has to be said that the actual mechanism is still unknown. Sixth question. We have been mentioning the risk factors in the previous question, and now I'm going to tell you about the protective ones. The first protective factor is the tobacco. This one, even though its negative impact in many organs of our body, in this case it shows a neuroprotective effect. It has been shown that with more smoking frequency, there is less probabilities of being affected by PD. Clinicians nowadays are looking for new drugs, which target is nicotine. The second one is caffeine. This one presents a positive impact in our bodies. The comparison between coffee drinkers and non-drinkers shows that there is a decrease in the risk of developing the disease. Also in this one, there are differences between both sexes. Men present more protection than women. This is due to the presence of postmenopausal hormones that the women take. The third ones are the green and black tea. These both contain ingredients that can clearly reduce the risk of the progression of PD. Theaflavin, a polyphenol black tea ingredient, shows multiple pharmacological effects such as inhibition of oxidative stress, inflammation processes, and apoptosis. Okay, so this is the end of the first video. I hope you enjoyed learning new aspects of Parkinson's disease, and I will be here for the next one. Ciao!